Welcome to this spectacular episode of The Screening Room. So grab your popcorn and your candy corn because we're about to get this thing started. Thanks for tuning in to this week's special episode of The Screening Room. We're going to be reviewing our top 5 favorite Halloween movies to celebrate this upcoming weekend. So let's get started.
The movies that are being made these days, especially the remakes and the reboots, the Halloween movies, they're poor. They're based on gore and a bunch of cheap tricks.
Shock factor.
Shock
that's
factor.
what horror is nowadays.
Yeah, they get the girls and the gore, and it's good to go.
Always that dumb girl that dies first.
Right?
So you know she's gonna
like
die.
Yeah, of course. Of course. That's how every horror movie starts with a young teenage girl dying. Anyway, so I think you kind of got to go back a little bit. So that's kind of we're doing the DVD thing. And,
which is great.
Yeah, it is. And so I would say number 5 would probably be Saw 2. And I liked 1 a lot. I really did. But I think that it was like launching the franchise, and 2 was more like they had a bigger budget. So they were able to do kind of what they did with 1 with the twist and the same kind of thing.
And 1 was a little risky because they really set the tone for what the
really
new
was.
Horror type of films
it
were
really
going to
was. And yeah.
The gruesome, gory movies.
Well, yeah, they took it to another level. They had that crazy twist at the end and the story, and then like.
And I feel like it was for the first time in a while. It was horror movies that had good stories.
Yeah.
I think they went a little off the reservation, went a little crazy with 3 to 7, 8, 9, 10.
Yeah, I don't even know where they're at.
3D. They're in 3D right now.
Yeah, they're on 3D. I think they stopped. They knew they were at exactly Land Before Time, and they had to go back to 3D. Anyway, that would be number 5. I think number 4 would be Zombieland. It's not as much scary, but it's just like.
See, I've never seen that, but I've heard so many good things about it. Like everyone's like, you haven't seen Zombieland?
It's so good. Jesse Eisenberg's in it, guy from Social Network. Played Mark Zuckerberg.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
And so and it's basically Woody Harrelson killing zombies, and it's not as much scary and terrifying. It's just hilarious, funny.
But
so good.
It's a good Halloween movie.
Yes, totally. Especially if you want to watch more of like a family movie and less like scarier children.
So you definitely recommend that?
I definitely. Watch it? Oh yeah, it's good. It's so good. And then I would say Grindhouse would be my number 3.
I've never seen that one.
I haven't seen that one either, but I love Quentin Tarantino.
Oh, and it's Quentin Tarantino and Robert Rodriguez, and they used to do this double back-to-back horror movie thing where it was they would show 2 films and you would go to the Grindhouse and you would watch these 2 horror movies back-to-back. So they did one of those, and I like it because it's almost like an old classic horror movie done in present day, and you don't really see that anymore. You don't see the really good elements that made up a lot of those 70s and 60s and really good movies. So that would be that one. My number 2 I would say would be Donnie Darko. I love Donnie Darko.
Okay,
has really good actors.
It's not. It's just like
graphic novel, nothing.
It's just it's an original, a totally original story. Jake Gyllenhaal, and it's like a very trippy movie. You will not understand it the first time you watch it.
Okay.
And it's very suspenseful. It's very like you don't know what's going on, and it comes to a climax at a Halloween party, and it's creepy. It's cool. So that one's really good. I like that a lot, and it involves time travel. I love time travel. And then my number 1 would have to be The Shining.
Here's Johnny!
Classic. Great
Stephen King,
horror
right?
movie. Yeah, I think.
Isn't that the book that he wrote?
Yeah, it was. It was based off a Stephen King book. And it was, Jack Nicholson. So good.
It's a creepy movie because it has kids, too.
Yeah.
And kids are.
Like children.
Kids and horror are a great, terrifying combination.
I don't know why they're so creepy. They just
Yeah,
are.
the kids aren't scary enough. You put them in a scary movie, and it's just like,
Right?
oh gosh, what's gonna happen?
Oh man, like The Omen or something. Oh. Anyway, so that would be my top 5.
Okay.
What do you think, Carla? What are your top 5?
My top 5 Halloween movies are the first. They're not in any order. They're just the ones I have to watch during Halloween. One is It. That movie has. It's a very old movie, but it kind of like traumatized me as a child because
Under Stephen King.
I hate clowns because of it, because it like acts as like a funny clown and like a nice clown to children, but then it just attacks these poor little children, and it's always like in drains or showers. So for a while I was like scared to just like touch water. Or
Train. Oh man.
And then my second one would be The Grudge, because like when I get scared, I hide under the covers because it's like the only safe place supposedly. But after The Grudge, it's like, where do I hide now? Because she goes under the covers and she like attacks you.
Awesome.
So yeah, that's a movie that I definitely watch during Halloween. Even though it's scary, I like to watch it a lot. And then my third one would be The Exorcism of Emily Rose.
That one's creepy.
Exorcism movies are
Yeah.
just creepy.
Oh, yeah.
She's just, oh gosh, it's so creepy because what happens to her, like the exorcist thing that happens to her, is just, it happens at a certain time. And I remember, like the night after that I woke up, that I watched the movie, I woke up at that certain time. So I was like,
creepy.
I was
3:33 or
terrified.
something like
I
that?
couldn't go to sleep anymore. So yeah, that one's definitely a Halloween must watch. And then my third movie would be Halloween Town, which is
Oh, it's
more
good
of a
one. Yeah.
children's movie. It's a Disney Channel original movie.
Classic.
So I love Disney Channel, and it's a movie that I have to watch too. It's kind of like the setting. I love it because it kind of has like that Nightmare Before Christmas feel to it. Yeah, like the big
That's fun.
jack-o'-lantern
Yeah.
pumpkin. Yeah.
Mhm.
And then my fifth number choice would be Hocus Pocus. Sorry,
Ooh.
because it's a very
So
it's
good.
it's a movie that I grew up with. So I love the music in it too, and
Thackeray
the
X.
characters. So
Mhm.
yeah, Sarah
Yeah,
Jessica
X.
Parker. She's a good actor. So.
So good.
Yeah,
Actress,
right?
yeah.
So great.
So
So many
good.
good actors in that movie.
It was.
Yeah, those are definitely Halloween movies that you
Good
should check
movies.
out.
Okay, so I have a confession. I am terrified of scary movies. Like, when I was younger, I couldn't sleep with the light off. I had to have a nightlight and the door cracked and all these, like, different
Same
safety
here.
precautions.
Mhm.
It was really bad. So I wasn't allowed to watch scary movies because one of the first ones I watched, I believe, was Killer Clowns. And I'm not afraid of clowns. I never was. But that movie
That
freaking
movie is
creeped
creepy.
me out. Yeah.
The clowns wrap you in cotton candy, put a straw in you, and suck your
I
blood.
was afraid to eat
Oh, God, that's so
cotton candy after that.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, oh gosh, what's gonna happen? Like, oh, blood's gonna come out, or like,
died to
so
make this cotton
gross.
candy.
died exactly.
I've
So
never seen that movie, but it sounds gross and
It's really
horrifying.
creepy, and it's a really older movie, so
Mhm.
kind of, you know, that one's a little.
It's good. It's
It really set that tone for me. So another one is Nightmare Before Christmas, and I know that's more of like a Christmas type of
Mhm.
movie, but
Still
I
got
really
that creepy vibe
yeah,
to it.
so it's that creepy vibe to it, and it's like Halloween Town. You know, they have everything all set up. In Disney, whenever Halloween's around, they like totally deck it out.
Roll
with,
out the Nightmare Before Christmas themes and all
Yeah,
that.
so that's also a really great one. Another scary movie that I watched that like really just it was good. It like I watched this when I was a little bit older, so it didn't freak me out to the point where like say 7-year-old Megan would have been
Mhm.
really terrified. Yeah, I did have to sleep with the light on after this movie too, but it was really good. Is Jeepers Creepers. You
Oh
guys
god, that
remember
one is
movie?
creepy. That's a
My,
very.
my brother told me to never, ever, ever, ever watch that movie when I was a kid, and I still to this day have taken his advice and not
Wow.
watched it.
It's actually one of those movies that I still get scared of, and have to, after I watch it, I
So I'm saying
sleep
I'm
with my
kinda glad
nightlight
that I
on.
don't have these, like,
I don't
bad
know why.
images in my mind.
Yeah,
very
it's pretty intense. So wait, so that's 3, right?
Yeah.
So number 4, another good one. Since I don't really like scary movies, I like to stick to a little bit of the safer side. Suspenseful movies, kind of those ones kind of work out for me. So Signs by Mel
Mhm.
Gibson.
Sounds
I've never
one
seen
is-
that
or directed
one.
by Mel Gibson. But yeah, that one's really really good. Super suspenseful. You should watch it with the lights off. It'll creep you out.
The one
God,
crowning
I don't think I can
achievement
do
of,
that.
M. Night Shyamalan's career.
Yeah.
The Signs.
To get that one right, definitely. And then my number 5 choice, you already said Saw 2, but I was going to say Saw 1 because I remember I watched that one with a friend, and
great movie.
it was crazy. You watch that
Mhm.
around Halloween time, and you're kind of afraid to go trick-or-treating or like go out at night.
It's
It's
Had
terrifying.
crazy.
it had a wonderful twist. It was very isolated, which was so scary about it. It was just in that small place.
Yeah, and I remember when it first came out, everyone was like going crazy about it because it's the first time they ever had like a movie like this that
Yeah.
really just kind of took
But it-
everyone away.
It's one of those movies that like play tricks. It plays tricks with your mind because you don't know what's gonna happen. and
Totally,
it's
you
just
don't
kinda
know
like-
what's going to happen in
Totally.
the movie. But that ends our top 5 movies for you to watch. So I hope you guys have an amazing Halloween, and go ahead and check out those DVDs so you guys can get all spookified for the Halloween.
Great word. Great
Yeah,
word.
there you go. That works. And we'll see you guys next week on the Screening Room. Bye.